This brief video demonstrates two examples of synchronous learning materials developed by virtual experts on demand to teach the concept of architectural selling. The sample shown here features excerpts of interactive exercises created by VEOD's design team. The first exercise you will see splits the group into chat pairs to discuss the value proposition of architectural selling and then report their conclusions back to the group. The second exercise is a real-life application in which the participants match the business priorities of an actual customer to the products and services their company provides. The reason for the gaps in the facilitator's dialogue is to ensure that VEOD honors the non-disclosure agreement with the client. The client's name and any proprietary content was redacted from both the audio and visual components of this video.
On the screen in front of you, why is architectural selling important to, and we'd be filling in the blanks here, important to end customers. And to fill in the blanks here, right, or to end customers, we're going to have you break up into pairs, and you see here Bonnie's created pairs for you. So Claudette is with Gerhard. This means in chat. We don't care if you use WebEx Connect chat or you use the chat that is here inside of the session that we're in, the WebEx session. No matter which form of chat you use, we want Claudette to get with Gerhard. We want Esther to get with Nasser. And what we want you to do is we're going to divide this in half. All of you who are above the green line, we want you to have a conversation in chat. Why is architectural selling important? For those of you below my green line, we want you to have the conversation in chat about why is architectural selling important to customers, end customers. So that means Casper is chatting with Jonathan, Floor with Anita, and so on, and we have a team of 3 here. Raphael, we're going to give you 5 minutes, and what we're going to have you do is come up with a short sentence, or maybe 2 sentences. Why is architectural selling important to either, if you're on the teams up here, or an end customer? Why? Because at the end of your chat activity, what we're going to do is have you put it on the screen, type it out on the screen. So, Bonnie, let's give them 5 minutes, and let's go ahead and show them the screen that they're going to be typing onto. So you're going to have a space to tell us and share with us what you do in chat. Right, we are at 0 time remaining, everybody. So on the screen, use your typing tool to let us know how you and your chat buddy answered, why is architectural selling important to either Cisco or the end customer? All right, there's Laha and Philippe with the first one. Makes the deal bigger, opens door to CXO decision makers, differentiates us from other vendors, adds value. Okay. I would suggest you capture that on page 4 in your participant guidebooks, Laha and Philippe, if you haven't already. I'm assuming you're answering the question of why is architectural selling important to?
Yes.
And good. And we absolutely agree. It does differentiate. It does help make deals bigger. It can absolutely do all the things that you've got here. It helps bring in our partners by giving them an opportunity. When we take that approach of architectural selling and really standing back, oftentimes that's how we pull in the partner's unique value, right? Because we can say, wow, they have an ability here outside of collaboration or borderless networks or data center to really add some value to this end customer. So we have lots of benefits and value in working in an architectural selling approach. Bruni and Axel, tell us a little bit about your response here, because you were discussing end customer. What's the value to them? Tell us a little bit about the full systems and services integration.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure what's at the end there.
Well, I can't read the end as well, so I don't know how to make this letter block a bit smaller. But anyhow, I made 2 parts. So I think the key element is that we do have for the end customer. So what are the values from Cisco is that we are technology and innovation leaders, that we can deliver to the end customer full service and system integration, which we can do, and we can do also besides a consultative selling approach. And we can also deliver an agile, advanced and flexible business model. If you look on the technology we can deliver to the end customer in specific integrations like in the cloud computing or the smart grid technology solution we're going to deliver to those to the end customer.
All very good values and reasons that the end customer would find the architectural selling approach valuable. What we asked you to do, right, inside of your rooms. We asked you to go and kind of map these, and you guys had a conversation. So we've got it up here for you. Now, this is the way Team A did this, right? They pulled it together and saw a variety of different ways to map the 11 different offerings that this team came up with. I looked at all the brainstorming that the teams did, and I noticed that, granted, we only gave you 7 minutes. What I thought was very interesting is that in the time that you all had, almost all of you came up with contact center, right? Almost everybody came up with some form of telepresence and data center. But as you can see here, when the team sat back and did brainstorming, because this is a true story, this is true customer issues, they came up with all of these other offerings that they mapped back to Banco Itaú, 11 of them in total. How many of you came up with BI? I didn't see anybody with BI. Did I have a team that came up with a BI solution?
Yeah, Team B did that.
Okay, so Team B did. So did anybody come up with a security solution? I don't see security here from the team that did this in the green boxes. Did anybody come up with security as an offering that we should be putting here?
Yes.
Yeah, it was also a discussion with the B team.
Okay. So what's
we have
the
also
purpose
in the C team, security
C-team.
and mobility.
Okay. Security, okay, and mobility. So we did have mobility that the original team came up with. But I noticed just in looking at what some of you guys worked on and what others came up with, the point is that when we do that brainstorming, now we gave you guys 7 minutes. What I noticed is that almost all of you were done within the 7 minutes. And it was like, okay, brainstorming over. The point is that if we push this a little bit further and you brainstorm and say, hey, what kind of solutions does the partner have? Or what kind of solutions are in collaboration that we haven't thought about? Or what kind of solutions, for example, are in borderless networks like security that we haven't thought about? The purpose of this...
In step 1, we discussed Team C. We discussed everything under borderless and everything under data virtualization and everything under UC.
Great. That's fabulous, because that's the way we want to see you using the plays, is once you do your brainstorming as a team and everybody comes up with some really obvious ones, right? The telepresence, data center, contact center, and like mobility, for example. The point that we want to make here is that when you get to your brainstorming, push it further.